Okay. Ouch. So we're on for, we'll do Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I burn myself with this. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in that order, please. So we'll do Taurus first. Messages for Taurus for September. We have Call of the Night, Daring Adventure Excitement. And we have Hunter, Aggressor, Tracker, Provider. So you may be getting called to do something, you may be feeling a pull to do something, and it may be something that's a bit, it's out of your norm, it's not something that you would normally do, but you may be feeling like this, like kind of deep kind of hunger thirst for a chase of some sort, almost. It could be a person, it could be a job, or just something that you want to do, maybe go on holiday or something like that. There's something that you want to go and do, and it may be out of your normal character. And I can't help noticing that she's got like 4 cats or something here. Four cats and a dog. May well be that it's something that you're being called to do, that you wanted to go and do, that you maybe not have done before because you've got animals or you've got responsibilities. It doesn't necessarily have to be animals, but you might have responsibilities that kind of stop you from being able to do something. But you've got this like kind of want and need to go and do something, just to get away, just to have a bit of fun and do something daring, adventurous with yourself. And I'm thinking like you've got some kind of responsibilities that may be chaining you and stopping you from doing this because of the provider part on the Hunter card. With this card though, this is the Hunter card, it's all about kind of going after. It's about setting your sights on something and going after it. So if there's something that you're being called to do, it may be now that it's time to kind of realize it and put something into action so you can go forth and do it and have a bit of fun. Maybe break out of your norm, break out of what is the norm for you. I mean, I think everybody's been feeling a bit like caged animals, hasn't it, recently, because of everything that's been going on. And even though everywhere's opening again, it's just not the same, is it, at the minute? Messages for Taurus, please. I've got Guardian of Venus, Rest and Renewal. So yeah, this is spell it out. There's this vibe that you're wanting to get away and do something. You're wanting to kind of go and just have a respite to yourself, get some kind of time to yourself to be able to have a bit of fun. Maybe break out of a provider role, even if it's only for a day or two, just to have a bit of fun and just get a bit of peace. So they made this call to do this, and we've got 16 here, which is the Call of the Night 16, which breaks down to a 7, which is all about assessment. It's about reflection and assessment, where you are, where you've been, where you're going. So it may well be that you're needing to just assess where life's at the moment, assess like kind of what's going on with you, and figure out where you want to be, and if you want to move in a new direction, or if you want to take your life in a different, like down a different road to what it's actually going at the minute. And then we've got 32, which is the Hunter card, which is a 5, which is all about kind of change. It's about bringing in change, and it can speak to conflicts. This conflict could be a conflict within self. You may be wanting, desiring to go off and do something, even if it's only, as I say, for a day or two, just to go off and have some fun, but you may be feeling the guilt about it. You may be really conflicted within yourself about it. 25 is another 7. It's another card of kind of resting and observing and reflecting about where you are, where you've been and where you're going. Regarding a Venus rest and renewal is, so you may just need a break. And I think for a lot of people at the moment, even whether you've been out of work, or or you've been furloughed, and stuff like that, even if you've been out of work in any capacity over the past year, you've not really had a break because you've been kind of cooped up. So I feel like maybe it's time to see what's open, see what's about, and kind of get out and have a bit of an adventure for yourself, even if it's only for a day or 2 days, or as long as you can make it, and just have a bit of fun. Go out, have a bit of fun. This Hunter card is, it's almost like kind of chasing down a dream. Like when we're in hunter mode, we go after what we want, and we enjoy the chase, we enjoy the thrill of what we're doing. So this could be telling you to just find time for yourself to be able to get out and just have a bit of respite for yourself. And it may well be that when you do this, that you're going to be looking at where you actually are in life and being able to think outside of the box, not being stuck in the box. You're going to be able to think outside the box about other dreams that you might want to chase. Like maybe if you're a stay-at-home parent, you may be deciding that you want to go back to work, or you're going to go into a job, or you want to do, there's something that you want to do for you, because you're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that. Because it's been a lonely little time, and even like even if you live with someone, or you live with multiple people, excuse me, even if you live with someone or you live with multiple people, this past year and a half, 2 years, has been a really lonely time for people. It's been a time where we've kind of felt where we might have been able to get out and do stuff, and even kids haven't been going to school. So even if you've got kids, you've not been having that social interaction of being able to take them to school and seeing all the other mums and stuff like that. You've been kind of stuck. We've all just kind of been stuck and suspended and just waiting to see what's going to happen next. So it has been a really lonely time for people. I've been quite lucky in that respect, because I work in the community, so I've been at work the whole time through all of this. But I think, honestly, if I hadn't been, I think I'd be climbing the walls. So it might be time now just to get a bit of time for yourself, even if it's only a couple of days, a day or two, and just go and have a big adventure with yourself. Let's see what cards come up. Messages for Taurus. So we've got the Ten of Cups, the Devil, and the Two of Wands. Okay. So with the Ten of Cups, yeah, there's this feeling of family kind of life, this feeling of family life there, and it may well be that you've been putting all your time and attention into your family. You've been kind of building up your family and putting all your time and attention into your family, and you've kind of lost track of the essence of who you are. Because I think a lot of people actually do. I don't have kids, but I think a lot of people do that when they have kids, or they take on responsibilities. I mean, it doesn't even have to be kids. You could be looking after older family members or anything like that, or just have responsibilities that are kind of keeping you stuck in one place. And as I say, I don't have kids, but I could understand, and I can see it with other people and with people around me and friends and stuff like that, how when you have kids, you pour all your energy, you pour all your energy, your effort, and all your love into this little family, and you just try to make it the best it is. But somewhere along the line, you can start to feel like you're losing yourself a bit. You've got your family there and everything's thriving there, but you can feel like you're starting to lose yourself a bit. And that's because it's almost like it's like overnight you've changed who you are as a person. You've changed from maybe a fun, outgoing, loving person. And not to say that you're not still, but you've changed from this person that could just go and do anything at the drop of a hat, is what I'm getting at. And you could go anywhere you wanted and you could do as you please, to now there's other things that are more important that you're having to look after, and people that is more important that you're having to look after, and you may just be neglecting yourself a bit. So I feel like even this could be getting away with a partner as well. This could be speaking about getting away with a partner, or even if there's no other family to have children or look after any kind of responsibilities, finding a way, even if it's pets, finding a way or somewhere that you could go, because there's a lot of especially here in England, there's a lot of cottagey places that are like kind of Airbnb type places where they allow pets and stuff like that, or they allow groups of people. So it could well be just getting away as a family, and even with the whole family being there, it could still be something that is just a great time for you, and something that can, and I know money kind of vastly impacts on that, and how much money we've got available to us and stuff like that. But it may well be, even if it's something to save up and look forward to, even if it's not something that you're going to do right now, this second, it could be something that you're going to save up and look forward to. And we're coming out of summer now as well, so the prices of things will start dropping, although there are people that are taking the proverbial at the minute, where they're overcharging people to stay places for a night or two. Even campsites are doing it, and it's because they know they can get away with it, because people are having to stay in the country, really, because they can't afford to be paying 3-4 grand to stay at a hotel for 10 days when they get back off holiday. So people are taking the piss. So maybe it's something that you can plan now, something that you can get into action and plan for the future when prices do drop, when it's out of season, when you've got a bit more money to your name, or when you've got a bit more security kind of behind you. It's something that you can look forward to and give yourself something to be excited about. But there is this sense of family here as well, so it may well be that you feel like you couldn't go off, or you couldn't do, or you shouldn't be doing things for yourself. And I think this is where this devil card comes in. I feel like you might feel, you might want to go off and do things, but that makes you feel like you're being kind of selfish in some way, or that makes you feel like you're being negative or something in some way, or you're not prioritizing what you need to be prioritizing. Or it could be other people that are making you feel like that, because let's face it, everybody likes to have an opinion, don't they, unfortunately. And you see it all the time, like the papers and stuff, where someone's been out for one night out, and people are like, well, if you were at home looking after your kid, that wouldn't have happened to you. And it's just like, get a grip. This person's probably been at home for the past 5 years of their life, not going out, not doing this, not doing that, and then one night that they go out, something happens. But people have always got an opinion. You should never let people's opinions weigh on you or weigh you down. They don't know you, they don't know who you are, they don't know how you are. Even those closest to you really can't really have an opinion on things like that, because just because they would do something one way doesn't mean you should have to. And just because they may be mentally capable, or mentally kind of, that's what, because some people just, that's all they wanted, isn't it, as a family, and they're just gonna pour themselves into it for the rest of their lives. However, a lot of people will need some time to self and some time to have a break. But it's almost like here with the Two of Wands, it's like you're not sure what you want to do, you're not sure which way to go with it and how it would be looked upon by others. And I feel like this is for you, whatever this is and whatever this is speaking to. And I feel like it's speaking about getting away and having a bit of time out. I feel like this is for you, and you don't need to concern yourself with the opinions of others. Do what's good for you. Do what's good for you. Have a bit of rest and renewal, a bit of relaxation. And we've got the Judgment card there as well. And I think, like with the Judgment card, it always reminds me of that kind of being able to look ourselves in the, to me this card's about being able to look yourself in the mirror and say you've done the right thing. Now if you have family, or if you're looking after elders, or if you're looking after like animals and stuff like that, and you're not able to get away, and then things are just getting on top of you, and you're not getting a break from it, and you're not getting any kind of stimulation other than like the family matter, when you look in the mirror, can you say to yourself that you heeded warnings? Almost, I want to say you heeded the warnings, because eventually mental health starts to suffer in situations like this. So it's like you need to look after yourself, you need to take care of yourself. So be a bit selfish. You don't have to do it for months at a time, do you? You can take a day or two, maybe even a week, or whatever you can achieve, or whatever you can get through, and have that time for yourself. Be selfish for that time. Have a bit of time for yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. And then when you do this, you kind of replenish. You've got a bit, you get a bit of a spark about you again, and you can go back into life with something that is for you, something that's been for you, and that's something that you can kind of enjoy and have fond memories of and look forward to again. Make it a regular thing. Make it something where maybe next year you're going to take a couple of days to yourself as well, and you're going to go off and have some fun, because we're all entitled to have a break. We're all entitled to get away and to have a break. And I think there's sometimes there can be people that we don't have many friends, or friends are always working, or they've got families, so we're not able to connect with them and go away and stuff like that. And there is things that you can do in them kind of circumstances. There's like the coach trip things that you can do, where you just join a coach, and by the end of it, I'm pretty sure you will have made friends with every single person on that coach, and you won't be on your own. You know, even if you're going away and you're feeling like I couldn't do it on my own, you wouldn't be on your own. You'd get talking to everybody quite quickly, and you'd be able to like kind of do that. And there is options in that respect as well. So if you were feeling like I would have to go on my own, but I don't want to go on my own, there is ways around that, but it's connecting with other people. And if you're quite a shy kind of homebody type person, something like that could be really good and really challenging for you, and it could be really good for you, because it could bring you out your shell again. But with the Judgment card here again as well, I feel like whatever, if you take this time for yourself, and you put this energy and time into yourself and give yourself a break, I feel like this is a good thing. This is a positive move. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for Taurus. Oh, I almost stopped it again then. So we're into Taurus Virgo. Messages for Virgo, please. Oops. Oh. Dropping the whole bloody deck. Virgo. So we've got Primal in reverse, which is connecting deep within, sacred dance and instinct, and it's 13. And then we've got the monster within, and then we've got internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve, and that's 25. So I think from the sounds of it, I feel like the earth signs, are all having a bit of conflict within self at the moment. I feel that's the kind of feeling, the vibe that I'm getting through this. And I noticed there was a similar kind of theme through the fire and the air as well, but with primarily connecting deep within, sacred dance and instinct. It may well be that you and the monster within, it may well be that you're struggling with something at the moment, and there's something that's weighing heavy on you, and it might even be something that you're not able to put your finger on. You're not able to kind of decide or decipher what it is that's actually bothering you. But there's this inherent need to kind of figure out what it is, and it might be getting you down a bit. You may be going through the motions with stuff as well. It may be because, I mean, like, just like then with Taurus, it's like the prime, with the primal being there, but the primal being in reverse. This could be speaking to like your natural instincts or your natural way of being is kind of being subdued in some way, or there's something that you're holding back about yourself, or you're not putting out there, or you're not doing because you might have responsibilities. It could come down to responsibilities again. But there could be something that is that you're working on with self, and that could be just a way of being, a way of feeling. Maybe you've been feeling a bit down, you've not been able to put your finger on exactly why you feel a bit down. It could, you know, these things just creep upon all of us really, and it might just be something within you that is just feeling really unsettled at the moment, and you're feeling out of character, out of your usual self. Virgo, please. There may be stuff from like a while ago as well that's playing heavy on your mind. Or a way of being, or, you know, if you've been going through struggles or any kind of mental health issues, you know, there might be a wanting to get out of that kind of funk. There might be a wanting to get out of that funk, but not really knowing, or not really having the skill set, I want to say, of being able to get yourself beyond that funk. So it's almost like if something started, you know, if there was any kind of like addictive behaviours or anything like that, I want to say, if something started and we don't know how to get a handle on it. But this is 13, which breaks down to a 4, which is about balance. So it's almost like you're just out of balance with yourself. You're just feeling really unbalanced. And we've got 25, which is a 7, which is reflections, assessment. It's about looking about looking about where you've been, where you're going, where you come from, how, you know, what moves you're going to make next, and how you can improve on a situation. Virgo, please. I mean, sometimes we can just, the addictive behaviour that we get is just like an addiction to being sad, an addiction to being sad as well. We can be addicted to a feeling. And we've got vanishing mirror. I'm just checking I've got that deck upside down. Vanishing mirror, ego sublimation, which is 58, which is 13, which is a 4 again, and it's out of balance again with 4 reversed or out of balance. So there may be something that you're wanting to deal with, but almost like you'd feel like you would, if it was something negative or it was a negative way of being, it's almost like, as I say, you can kind of get addicted to a feeling. You can kind of get stuck in a feeling. And then to kind of give up on it, we would feel like we were losing or lacking in some way. And it's a weird thing, that, because that actually happens with people. We can we can feel, even if we're doing something or we're behaving in a way that's negative or failing or something that's not good for us, and even giving up doing that would feel like we were giving up. It's just like the mentality that we can get ourselves into. But you may be going through a period now, like a real deep self-reflection. And within the self-reflection, you might be feeling and being really down, really hard on yourself. And it's kind of like the inner voice. I mean, when it's saying ego, I'm just thinking like inner voice. It's almost like the inner voice is kind of, you might have a very negative narrative running through your mind at the moment. And this might be something that's not really the norm for you. So it's kind of got you out of whack a bit. And when we speak of ego, we always think like of like people big balls in and kind of being, you know, a bit full of themselves and stuff like that. But your ego, if you've got esteem issues, your ego could be talking you down and putting you down and making you feel less than. And I feel like with this being in reverse of that, with it, because if I think it was in the upright, it would be speaking about kind of getting a handle on that. And I feel like there may be something that's spiraling, and it might be a negative self-talk or a negative kind of narrative in your mind, or when you talk to yourself, it might be a very negative way. And this might not be. This could be something that's not the norm for you. So we've got the Five of Wands, which is conflict, competition, and we've got the Hierophant and the King of Swords. Sorry, I just want to pause this and I'm going to have a coughing fit. Okay. Oh, God. Right, so we've got the Five of Wands, which can speak of conflict or conflicting issues. It is 1 minute, sorry. It's the Palo Santo. If I use Palo Santo or sage, it gets right on my chest and in my throat. So Five of Wands, this can be speaking of conflict, and it's change. It's a change. This is a change in passion. So this may well be like, it speaks to that passion and your drive and enthusiasm and stuff like that. So it may well just be that your mood's taking a dip and you're not entirely sure exactly why your mood's taking a dip. And it might be something that's feeling really heavy for you, and it might be something that you're not entirely used to, because I know with Virgos they're a lot they're very organized, really. They keep on top of things, and to feel like something's spiraling away from them can be quite a big overwhelming thing, really. But with the Hierophant here, it may well be that you need, or you're being asked now to seek some kind of guidance from someone, even if you have to speak, even if it's talking therapy or something like that. But seek some kind of guidance, see if there's some kind of help that you can get, or see if there's a way that you can move forward. I mean, the Hierophant is another 5. It's another change. It's another card about change. And the Hierophant himself is a teacher, but he's always learning. And this could be asking you to go and speak to somebody who has knowledge or who could help you through a situation that you may be struggling with. Because although Virgos can be on top of everything, we can't all know everything, and we can't all be great and perfect at everything. We have to admit sometimes we have to seek beyond ourselves, and sometimes we have to seek help beyond ourselves, and we can't fix everything. And sometimes just speaking to people, just having someone to talk to and to bounce off like what's going on with you, so they can give you ideas of where you might be at or why you might be feeling a way, and different ways of which you could possibly make a situation better. Sometimes that's all we need. With the King of Swords here, this is like, even though it's an air energy, this is very this is sorry. Even though this is an air energy, you may be very well right up in your mind. You may just be stuck in your thoughts. You may just be in like your mental realm. So it's like you're not able to, sorry, jiggling the phone out You're not able to work through something because you're just overthinking and overthinking it. And the King of Swords looks for very practical, very logical kind of ways to deal with things. Likes to stay out of the emotions. He likes to deal with things logically. And the thing with it, though, is the King of Swords is also a very good communicator. May seem stern and stuff like that, but he's a very good communicator. So it may very well be, that you need to start communicating to somebody. You need to kind of take down a notch the stance of, I can do this by myself, and maybe accept that you need help now. You might be in a mental space where you're like, no, I will deal with this, and I will deal with this logically and in my own way. And it may well be now admitting that you need some kind of help for something. So you're not trapped in your mind. And so, things that are of an emotional based level, and things that could be, which if it's something to do with emotions, kind of negative emotions, or like the monster within, to me, internal struggle, this is all to do with emotions, really. This is an emotion based kind of energy. And if we're going at it like very logically, we're kind of missing the mark with it. So we need to kind of soften down and put the sword down and start looking at different ways that we can actually help ourselves, or find people that can help us help ourselves. Let's see if I can get anything else. But I think you're very reluctant. I think you're very reluctant with the Ace of Wands there. I think you're very reluctant to do this. I think you're very reluctant to seek any kind of help, because you might be a very proud person. You might like to really deal with things yourself. So you might be too proud to accept a change, or to accept that maybe something is the matter. And it's time now to kind of work through that feeling within self. With the Ace of Wands, I feel like if you do put in like this effort to get beyond a situation, and don't try and kind of internalize it all and keep it all to yourself and try and sort it all out yourself and try and hit it at a logical standpoint, I feel like you're going to find that the inspiration and the passion is going to come back into your life. It's something it's almost like you're going to be getting a fresh start at something, but you have to admit at first that you need the help. You have to admit in the first instance that you need the help. But I feel like everything that's been in turmoil with this 5 will eventually, when you seek the help, will eventually kind of calm itself down, and you'll be able to think straight again. You'll be able to put things into action again and move forward with yourself. Don't be too proud to ask for help. I'm going to leave that there. Okay. So I'm going to do Capricorn. Messages for Capricorn, please. Messages for Capricorn for September. Messages for Capricorn for September. So we've got the Hunter, Aggressor, Tracker, Provider. take them, there's too many. One more Capricorn, please. I've got burnt by the sun, ambition, extension and reach. So you may actually be chasing after something at the minute. You may be going after something, you might be going after it quite aggressively. But there's almost this feeling of like overextending yourself. You may feel like you've been overextending yourself, or there's a question of whether you've extended yourself enough, whether you've actually put enough effort and energy into something. When it says burnt by the sun, it makes me think of that, is it Goliath or something like that? I don't know, where they fly too close to the sun. But it may well be that you are finding that you're going after something now, and you might be burning yourself out a bit by doing so. So you might be going after something quite aggressively. It could be a person, could be a job, could be anything. And in doing so, you're finding that you're burning yourself out a bit. But it's something that you truly desire, because you wouldn't put yourself in such a precarious situation if it wasn't. So it's something that you truly desire and you truly wanting to chase after. And it's almost like you're chasing after it at any cost. But this is almost like a warning and a reminder not to burn yourself out in doing so. So it may be time now to sit and think and go over things and work out whether it's something that you truly need or truly want, or something that you truly want to achieve, and if it's worth the risks that you're taking to do it or to achieve it. Or is it just something that you've got yourself kind of fixated on, and you kind of chasing down for the kill? You know, you're kind of going after it and chasing it down for the kill, and then once you get it, you're not really, you know, there's some animals where they actually will, I mean, even my cat, thinking about it, will get moths and stuff like that, and he'll go after them. He's got absolutely no intention of eating them. He just wants to get them for getting them sake. You know, it's just something that's fluttering in his peripheral vision, and he just wants it, so he gets it. And then he does, you know, if he kills it, he does absolutely nothing with it. So it's asking yourself whether what you're chasing or what you're going after is in fact something that you want or something that you need, and whether it's worth the risks, because there might be some risk involved in it. For the Cappies, September. Oops. Right, I'll put 2 there. I've got Sky Dancer and Surrender, and the Father Gate, Bold Step Forward. So it may actually well be something that you really want. Hunter's 32, which is a 5, it's a change. Speak of conflict also. It may well be that you're going after something, but you're not entirely sure within yourself why you're actually going after it, or why it's caught your attention, why it's got you so fascinated with it. You might be conflicted as to why you've become so fascinated with something. So this could actually be speaking about a person. If you've become fascinated with a person and you've been trying to kind of bag or catch a person, but there's a conflict in your mind of why you're doing this, why is this person above everybody else got your attention in this way, why have they made you quite so competitive almost. And then you've got 28, which is a 10, which is about change, and it's endings and beginnings. So again, I'm getting a feeling of, is it going to be worth it? Are you chasing it down? When you chase it down and you get it, are you actually going to want this? With Sky Dancers and Surrender, this is a 48, which is a 12, which is a 3. And it's about groups and growth, and I'm getting more of a growth kind of situation from this. So it may well be that something that you're chasing down or something that you've been really eager and really wanting, and you can't quite put your finger on why it is that you want it. It's just fluttered and it's caught your attention and you want it. It might well be now asking you to just take a step back from it. And if this is speaking about kind of chasing down a person, it may well be that this person is just dangling themselves and fluttering themselves in front of you for you to chase them. So it may well be that you have to ask now, yeah, are they really worth me going to all this effort for? Or do you want to now pull back? With the Surrender, I get more of a pull back energy from it. And with the, it's I don't know if it's a dragonfly or what, but it's almost like kind of coming to a stop. They come from like if it's a butterfly or a caterpillar, but they come to a stop. They go into the cocoon, they die down, and it transforms into something beautiful. So it may well be like kind of a nod to you to withdraw yourself from something. If you're going after something quite aggressively, maybe it's time to kind of withdraw yourself from it and kind of go into a cocoon state where you're still and just grow and work on yourself and change yourself, and something good may come of it. It may actually all turn around and the chase might now become the chaser. But there's this need to be still and work on yourself. With the Father Gate, and it says bold step forward. It's 55, which is another 10. It's about another ending and beginning. And on this one, you're at this gate here, and there may be things that are just seeming out of reach, and it may be that this situation may have you where you get into a point, so you get into a gate, and then no sooner you get into this gate or get into this point in it, another one's appearing in the there's another goalpost. It's like the goalposts keep getting moved, and that's what I'm feeling with this. But it's like you keep going forward and you keep going forward, and it's how far do you want to go. So for some of you, I do get a feeling that maybe you're not listening to your instincts. Maybe something's happened in the past where you've been burnt before, and you're not prepared to give a chase, and maybe you're being asked to do so now and go after what it is that you want and take this bold step forward. But I think for some of you as well, it's to ask yourself to stop, just evaluate the situation and see why these goalposts keep getting moved. Why every time you get to a gate does the fog clear and another gate appears that you've got to get to? Why does things keep moving? And do you want to continue chasing it? Is it worth the risk of continuing to chase it? So we've got a Judgment card. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So again, I'm getting this feeling something may have happened in the past for some of you. Something may have happened in the past that has you no longer prepared to kind of chase after your dreams, has you no longer wanting to kind of go after things that you want, just in case something goes wrong, and in case you get hurt again, in case something happens and it doesn't work out and you get burnt again. But then there's others of you again that I'm getting where it's like, how much more do you want to take in a situation? How much more do you want to put in? It's almost like you're getting all these knives in the back, and it's another 10, which is another ending, another beginning. It's like you're getting all these knives in the back, and how many more knives are you going to take? It's like almost every time you get to a gate, there's a fresh knife stuck in. So it's almost like you're being let down time and time and time again, and it's how much more of that do you want to actually put up with? And with the Judgment card, it's a number 20 cards, so it's number 2, so it's about duality and balance. And it's about balancing yourself out, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, do I want, is this for my greater good? Am I moving on my greatest path? And being able to call yourself out as well. So if you're chasing something and you're aware that it's just repetitively hurting you over and over again, it's being able to call yourself, look yourself in the mirror and call yourself out on it. Ask yourself why you feel that you should be treated this way by people or by things. And this could be speaking about a job as well, because I don't know why in my head it just pops up like maybe you're going after positions in your job and somebody else keeps getting it, or that, you know, every time you're going for it, something, a criteria is being altered or something, and you're just missing out every time. And it's like, how much more of this do you want to take? You might want to now retreat yourself, work on yourself, and go after something else, go after something different, move in a different direction. But I feel like when you withdraw in that situation, when you withdraw yourself from whatever it is, something good's going to come. There's going to be a transformation in something good's going to come. So if it is a person and you're chasing a person but they keep moving the goalposts on you, I feel like when you remove yourself from that and you withdraw yourself from that, I feel like maybe they're going to start coming towards you now. It's going to be like they're going to be quite shocked at, well, hang on, what do you mean you're not, you know, and they're going to be all that interested in you. Why they're not chasing me anymore? Where have they disappeared to? What's going on, you know? And I feel like it's going to be something like that with you. With the Knight of Wands, it's about chasing your passion. This is a card about kind of chasing your passions. It's about kind of going into things. But the Wands energy as well, it's a fun energy. This is somebody that's in it for, I'm trying to think of a way to put it. So if this Knight of Wands was your partner or someone like going to a job or something like that, and then another job with more money comes along, this person's going to about turn and dip out on you. So they're loyal for they're loyal for as long as they're loyal, and then they'll like kind of go off chasing after something else. So in that case, that makes me think, well, why are you chasing after what's fluttering in front of you? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Is it really worth this energy? But also, is what you're chasing, does it keep moving on to other things? Do you need to now look at it sensibly and say, look, this ain't stable, so this ain't for me? This Knight is running in towards this 10 as well, with his wand up in the air, almost like he's going to come in and clobber. So it's almost like someone's just toying with you. I get a feeling of someone being like kind of toying with you a bit, and it's time now to kind of remove yourself from that. Don't allow someone to kind of toy with you, and question yourself as to your motives, as to why you're doing something. And if this could be vice versa, this could be you doing this to somebody else, and you need to like kind of have a serious word with yourself and figure out what your motives are and why you would be doing that, or what is driving you to chase after something that you might not even want. So I want to leave it there. That's what I get for Capricorn. Okay.